Ma, ma, ma. Okay.
Hello, lovely people. I'm Jada Shanice, and I'm just a girl with astronomically big feelings that I must discuss. So, this is Face to Face, a podcast where I am actively learning to face myself by sharing my voice, allowing myself to be seen, and honoring my emotions, all while choosing to love myself in the process. So, if you didn't catch it, I'm Jada, and this is me documenting my journey to figuring out who that is. And I won't lie to you, I was a little bit scared to say that at first because I didn't want people to be thrown off by it, which sounds weird, but I am 23 and I've been out of college for like a year and a half now. And at this stage in my life, people say that you're not supposed to know what's going on, or you're not supposed to have it all together. And other people have said this too, my age, but while that is comforting in a sense, it still feels fucking weird. So I need to talk about it. And it's just weird because I am in a time where I'm not attached to anything. And I'm figuring out who I am without all of the external factors that I'd been attaching myself to before, whether that be people, places, things that no longer are a part of me. So it's just weird kind of navigating life without that being something that's a part of me because I've been used to it this whole time. But now I'm trying to discover who I am and grow and expand and just allow myself to be. I'm trying to navigate life without feeling the need to be at a certain place at a certain time. There we go. Because I have I've done that a lot where I have told myself that I need to be doing this by this time, and when that time rolls around and I'm not there, it's like ugh. But I'll tell you a secret. I have recorded not this podcast, it went by another name, but I've recorded a podcast before several years ago, like 2 or 3 episodes. They were very short, but I did them and they never came to light. You will never know about that. But I feel like part of the reason, excuse me, part of the reason that I never let those episodes come to light was because I wasn't really in a place where I knew what I had to offer. So I was just kind of like saying whatever into a mic and hoping that something of value came out, but I knew that it wouldn't. I was focused on making something that I thought other people would like instead of making something that I myself knew that I cared about. And that was really the issue. This podcast means something to me because it's literally just me expressing how I feel. And like I said, I'm trying to figure out who I am right now. And I know that the first step to doing that is to talk about it and to speak on it, which is not something that has come very easily to me my whole life. Ever since I was little, people, adults, authoritative figures, they've all repeatedly, time and time again, called me quiet and shy and soft spoken. And me hearing this so much as a child and being a child where I don't have really anything else to go off of, I don't have much life experience. Um, these things being told to me all the time, you're quiet, you're shy, you're soft spoken, it kind of stuck with me. And I basically started conforming to all of the labels and just basically just manifested it into a truth of itself. So I thought of myself as quiet, shy, soft spoken, and I started playing the part. And it's weird because I had put myself in a corner, and I liked my corner. I liked my corner because it was safe. And it allowed me to stand on the sidelines and be a bystander while also being able to see everything and everybody around me and know everything, while at the same time feeling like nobody was able to really see me. And I found comfort in that, which is weird because at the same time that I found it comforting because no attention was on me, or I felt like no attention was on me, it also felt very like lonely. And it it basically caused me to be a bystander in life because I had gotten so used to staying quiet and staying on the sidelines, not really speaking when I had something to say, and not really being comfortable being seen. I did not want to be seen. I didn't want to be heard, perceived in any way, because I was afraid of what would happen, or like what people would think if I actually did say something. And while I did sort of remain quiet and acted as if I had nothing to say, I actually had a lot of things that I wanted to say, that I was dying to say, but it just never came out because in my brain, people were used to me being quiet and not really having opinions. So whenever I did speak out and say something, or just literally say anything, I would feel like people saw it as a lot because they weren't used to it. And it's like whenever I did start talking, I would know what I wanted to say, but I couldn't articulate it in a cohesive manner. So when I started talking, it was more like rambling and just an explosion of words that didn't really make sense, at least not to me. So I would start talking, and then all of a sudden I would realize in the moment that I was not getting my point across that I wanted to, and then I would get overwhelmed while still rambling, and basically just shut back down and not even get the message that I wanted to across because I was overwhelmed, and I guess I just frustrated because I couldn't get it out because I wasn't used to voicing my opinions. I wasn't used to just making my voice heard. So I basically just got used to being passive in a lot of conversations. And while I don't think that quietness necessarily equates to timidness, I do think that this had basically, it became more of like a self-induced shyness at this point because I'd done it my whole life, and now it's just like something that I thought I was because I didn't know any different. Everybody just always called me these things. I do think that there's some good things that came out of it, but at the same time, I do think that it has become very self-sabotaging still to this day, because I wasn't used to allowing myself to be seen, allowing myself to be heard, it made it harder for me growing up to add that into my life. So now that I'm trying to do it and I'm learning to say what I have to say when I have to say it, that's a big thing for me, and not just letting things happen in the moment and think about it forever afterwards. It's it just made it harder for me now to be able to express myself in the way that I want to. And while I do think that I done a good job of this my whole life, I do think that when it was necessary, I spoke up for myself, and I exposed the world to my opinions and creativity. It it's not where I want it to be, and that's what I'm working toward now, and that's why we're here. I'm getting comfortable speaking my truth, and that is what this is for. Um, I think that my younger self deserves to have a voice and to share her voice even now through my older self. I am giving her the chance to say all the things and feel all the things that she never got to do freely because she didn't know how and just never got the chance to. So, this is me doing that for her. This is for you. And I would love to be able to just make something that she's proud of. And I think I'm doing that right now. So, if you made it this far, I appreciate you so, so much. More episodes will be coming, but until then, thank you for listening. Stay beautiful, stay kind, and just stay you. And I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. Bye. Oh my God. I did it. I